Some of you guys probably know this already, but Carol Channing actually just passed, 97 years old, known to be a Broadway actress. One of the things about Carol Channing that many of us didn't know for a long time is that she has some black ancestry. From what I understand, it was from her grandma. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know this woman. This is how she looked back then, and she looks a little bit more obvious. Um, Back then at least, even though I'm sure she could pass, you know. Um, but I mean, look at the features. You could really see it. But a lot of us didn't know that for the longest. Um, and to be honest, not to shame on her to some degree, but a part of me kind of side eyes her a little bit because it's like, okay, you pretty much passed for white like the whole time, like up until it was sort of relatively safe to do so, you know, um, and no one really knew. And who am I to say anything because I know it was hard back then, like for people. But I think of Alina Horn, who did have two black parents. They were just, like a lot of black American parents, you know, multiracial or whatever. But then you got people like Freddie Washington from Imitation of Life. For all you guys that are like kind of like headstrong against so-called biracial people, there's a lot of black. I call them mixed black people because they're gonna be known as that anyway. There's a lot of brothers and sisters like this that have still had no shame in being black. She didn't try to pass. And I think I read one article where it says the only time she tried to pass is when she got some snacks for her and her husband. Her husband was a jazz musician, black jazz musician, and they couldn't get any like snacks from some store or whatever, so she passed for white and did that. But for the most part, she was always known, despite what the movie, the part that she played, she was the complete opposite. She was known for just being outspoken about being black and being proud of being black. She, even when it was crazy, crazier at that time in the entertainment industry, let alone the world. So I have a lot of respect for Freddie, Miss Freddie Washington. If you guys don't know who she is, check out Imitation of Life. But Carol Channing, I'll be honest, may she rest in peace, but I don't know, man. Like, it's just like, okay, it's later on, and it's relatively safe for you to say so. What were you doing back then? Were you advocating for black causes? I don't know. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. Was she? And I feel bad even being like that. I'm one of those people that I don't agree with this new narrative about biracial people not being black because otherwise, I mean, there's all kinds of different biracial people. You got to be specific if you're going to say that. There's biracial people, but definitely biracial black people stick out even more so because of the obvious, and they're going to be treated as so in ways. And I'll say this. Yes, I'm not trying to get so-called mixed black people um, to deny their other heritage, but most likely you would not be seen as white, you know, unless you can totally pass for it, like Carol. And there's a few others that can, Rashida Strover. Everyone knows what she is, though. Um, I don't want to seem like I'm the black police or whatever, but it's just, I don't know. Oh man, I hate when this happens. Sorry. May Carol Channing rest in peace. But I'll be honest, you guys, like, I don't know, man. Like, a part of me kind of is like, I wonder, like, why she held off for so long to say that she was black. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm not damning her. I don't know everything about her. But that was one thing that always came to mind when I found out. I hope, condolences to her family, you know. But I don't know. I would like to know what you guys think about what I'm saying. And, I don't want to disparage anyone, but at the same time, those are just questions on my mind. Peace.